Okay. All right. Well, hi guys, and happy last 2 days of April. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? I feel like where'd this month go? So, first of all, we're going to do some announcements, and then Dina's going to share with us some fun stuff, and Kelly's going to share with us, and we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. But I am excited to be back because I know that we haven't had a normal meeting in a very long time, and Sherry's been here for a really, really, really long time, and I hope that you guys learned a lot from all the great info that she had. Now it's time to implement it and go to facials and parties, right? And start implementing them. $1,200 facial. A facial. Yep, this last week. Yeah, with one lady. So we need to think bigger, right? $1,200 facial. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So we are back in action. Okay, so a couple of just announcements. First of all, I'm sure you guys know there's 2 days left in April, and a couple of reminders of all the cool promotions going on in April. First of all, we have this really cool promotion that I hope you guys are all tracking. I've been tracking all month long that you can earn the new product before you can even buy it. So how do you earn the new product? This way, if you sell 25 items in the month of April, and literally I had a girl, I was talking to her on the way, Darby, she sold 25 items today. So literally it's a decision, people. It's a decision that you tell everyone you have a goal. You have a goal that you are working on. So there is no reason why everyone can't at least hit that first column by tomorrow night. Go tell everyone you have a huge goal and that you're trying to earn some free stuff. And so you earn the first column, which is a package of the new lookbooks, and then the foundation finder tool. Oh, it's in my thing, but it basically is a thing you hold up to their skin to help them find their color of the new foundation. So you get that when you sell 25 items and order 300 wholesale by tomorrow night cumulatively. Then when you sell 50 items and 600 wholesale, you earn all that. Plus, you get the blending brush, which I have to pass this thing around again. Because I don't know if everybody in the room felt this thing, but this thing's really cool. You guys, I know you can't see it. I had people watch the video and they still thought it would look like foam, but it's like bristles. And they're really fine. Do you want to pass it up?
Satin on a stick.
Satin on a stick. That is our new name for it. That's right. That's right, Dina. Thank you. It is satin on a stick. That is going to stick. We're going to stick that. Satin on a stick. You can earn when you order 600 wholesale and sell 50 items in the month of April. And then, of course, get the catalogs, too. So, and then it goes up 75 items. You earn that. Plus, you earn the new paparazzi pink lipstick. 100 items and 1,200 wholesale. You earn all of that. Plus, this is really cool. 2 samples of all of the new foundations coming out. That is really cool and definitely something great to stretch for. So, all right. So make sure you get your orders in by tomorrow night. Tomorrow's the last day to also earn the gorgeous earrings. Who has earned those gorgeous earrings? They are beautiful. Beautiful. So you have till tomorrow night to hit your 600 to be able to earn that. The other big thing, the big promo that I launched last week was you guys can also earn the new foundations by sharing. And our goal is to have 5 new people sign up. Our goal is 5 new people and 5,000 more in wholesale production by tomorrow night. So in 24 hours, our goal is to have 5 new people and 5,000 wholesale. Do you think we can do that? I think we can totally do that. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Good thing I'm on board. Yes, we can. Absolutely.
We're going to use the
career conference credit. Yes. If you went to career conference, it is tomorrow's your last day to be able to take advantage of the $40 credit for career conference. So you have till tomorrow to earn that. So anyways, the sharing promo is when you have 7 people just watch the marketing video, you get your new foundation color of your choice. And next week when the foundations, because the foundations are launched in the middle of May, we're going to do a lot more training. I'm going to let you guys play with the new foundations. I want you to try them all on the back of your hands. We may even do a guest event. I don't know. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do a guest event and let the guests come and try the new foundation and find that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So we're just gonna, next week, we're gonna let the guests find their color, and then I want you guys to find your color too, okay? So next week, we're gonna play with the foundation, so be sure to be here. But anyways, you can earn your color of foundation when you have 7 people just listen. All they do is watch my video, and you can earn this new brush when you have 14 people listen, okay? All right. Ooh, I know. And there's nothing wrong with, I was talking to Darby too, and she also has a goal to have 3 in-person career chats tomorrow because I'm giving her this prize. And anyways, and she was like, I'm gonna find 3 people tomorrow who have about 30 minutes and will sit down and meet with me. Because she's like literally that sense of urgency of just being like, I have a deadline. I need you. Watch my video and or just say, how can you help? I have 2 ways you can help. I have a selling challenge, or I have a challenge where you can just watch a video. And ask people to just help you guys and give them that deadline of tomorrow night, because people want to help you. People love being able to help you. So, all right, any questions about that? Simple enough, right? Simple enough. Okay, let's see. So yeah, we just decided randomly next week we're gonna have a guest event. That sounds like a great idea to try the new products. And it's our area-wide meeting, and so we'll have all the other directors here too. Okay, what else? Oh, the other thing I want to make sure you guys knew about, I know I posted on Facebook today, is next month the prices increase on certain products. And I gotta pull up the JPEG to even remember what they all are. But I would just make sure you know. I know I posted on Facebook, so you can look at that and remind yourself. But basically, it's smart to order now. Order them, at the price they are now, and then you can sell them at the higher price. So the CC creams are going up to 22, and right now they're 20. The foundation primer is going up to 20. Eye makeup remover is going up to 17. Oil mattifier 18. Men's facial highlighter. Yeah, men don't have facial highlighter. Facial hydrator 25 instead of 24. Lip primers 25. Deep wrinkle fillers going up to 48. And satin hands. Oh wait, no, that is the what you call it deal that. Okay, never mind. She had the deal that Satin Hands was. So, anyways, all that to say, prices are going up, and stock up on those. Okay. Last thing is anyone who gets in their red jacket by tomorrow, which once again, it's just a decision. You can be like, Lynn, she was so cute. Go sign up. You need to sign up and you need to order. You guys just go tell everybody to do that. So tell them you get your red jacket by tomorrow, and you'll get 6 new foundations for you to demo. Okay. Oh, this is another huge announcement I almost forgot. Today, seminar registration opened up. Yay! It is amazing. I know Dina and Kelly and Frankie, you guys have been to seminar, right? It is. It's magical. Yeah. And Kelly is in the video, the promotional video. I know. You're famous, Kelly. That's so cool that Kelly's in the promotional video. I think that's stinking awesome. So yeah, seminar is once a year where all of Mary Kay goes to Dallas. You get recognized for everything that we did throughout the year. It's so powerful. Those of you that went to career conferences, it's like times 10. It's really powerful. You get to hear from not just the top people locally, but the entire company. It's really cool. So anything you want to add about, you've been to career or seminar? I cannot speak tonight. Seminar. I've been trying a while, I just forgot how to talk, apparently.
I mean, like, even if you just go for the entertainment,
yeah.
I'm telling you, like, they have shows that's like mega style shows that just, make you feel like, woo, and then of course we're front row, so that makes it even
more exciting.
And,
exactly.
That's just powerful. The training is powerful. The experience that you get to see the whole big picture of Mary Kay. There's thousands and thousands of Mary Kay ladies there. So.
And testing all the products.
Oh yes, and you get to see. There's so much to learn. There's so much to learn. New products. You get to sample. The team, the scientific team, is there to. Really?
Like everyone who makes the product.
The people that make it are there.
Yeah.
To
They
train
give you a product too. Like,
Yes.
You just spoiled
Yes.
loved on. And then when you're just behind Candace, then
Yeah.
you're
spoiled.
and everyone just like looks at you.
Yeah,
and
you get to go.
dressed up in fancy.
Oh yes, and then we get to dress up, which is
You think we dress up for
it's been
meetings?
20
No,
years.
yeah.
It's like
Like prom. Yeah.
Like my house.
I know my dress.
Yay! Good. It's super powerful. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So it's like 3 or 4 days of just powerful awesomeness. So, it's in Dallas too, so you get to see our headquarters and they just opened a brand new manufacturing plant. So I think, I know this year they're gonna let people tour it. It's phenomenal. When we went to $1 Million Weekend a few months ago, we got to tour the manufacturing plant. We were some of the first sales force to see it, and it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. So it's just so cool the way our company invests money in something like that, because they want to be able to develop amazing, innovative products and be like cutting edge constantly and be able to keep up with the volume and stuff that we're putting out. So it's really cool. It's going to help them to basically make better products and more of them more efficiently. So it's pretty cool.
Last year they debuted the new Cooper and the Traverse. So I wonder what they're going to debut this year. Yes, what they're going to debut this year.
They have a funny products that I know about. Yes. All right. And lastly, the other thing I want to say about the seminar is that we have a room at the Omni, which is like right next to it. So we won't have to go. This is the first time we've had a room block next to the Omni store connected, and so basically you don't have to take a bus.
That's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So when you register for seminar, it will have the Omni connected. It'll say register for a room, and then because we're all in a room block together, you'll get, anyways, it's really cool. So
Just do
all
it.
right. Just do it.
Set a goal and do it. You don't want to miss it.
Phenomenal. Okay. The one last thing that I'm going to have you speak, Dina, is there's tons of selling opportunities coming up, and I had to pull up on my phone all the dates of all of them. But we just had Easter and Administrative Professional Week. Nurses Week, which I know she's going to talk a little more, is May 6th through 11th that week. And May 6th is Nurses Day. May 12th is Mother's Day. And so Dina's going to give us a couple of ideas of really how to tap into that. But these are huge selling opportunities that you want to start now. And start, you could pre-sell, like you could literally, if you wanted to order 600, you could pre-sell Mother's Day gifts all day tomorrow and order them, and then have here, you can have 10 days and then wrap them all up all pretty if you didn't have them. Like you could pre-sell them, contact everyone you know with a mom and say, hey, do you have a gift for your mom? And I guarantee they probably have not thought about that yet. And so I'm just going to show you some ideas, but I want to make sure you have the dates of when they are. Okay. All right, Dina, take it away, girl. It's all you.
Okay. So I'm not the creative type. It's not hard to do. So I'm just going to show you a couple of, so do you want me to do product knowledge really quick?
Yeah, do them both.
Okay, so I chose Satin Body because you can do anything for gifts, but what I found is the more generalized gifts, that satin hands, satin body is a great one. I drew this with a little washcloth, and I found these little placards, and I just threw it together, and you can pass this around, and then I threw my business card in, and if you guys want to pass this around, I won't pass it around. But the satin body, it's amazing. It's like satin hands, but for your whole body, and like that's my 5 minutes like mommy time every day. Like, get out of my way, I got to go do satin body in the shower. And so the satin body comes, there's a wash, but I use the scrub and the lotion. So the scrub is the exfoliant that you can use, and it actually helps extend the time of your shaving. So if you use it on your legs before you shave, it makes your shave last longer. And I actually have a customer, a male, who uses it on his head, and it helps extend his shave longer on his head. And so, and he used a microderm, but he likes the way the shave scrub feels and smells, so he uses that now. So it awakens your senses as your skin comes back to life. Satin Body revitalizing shave scrub instantly polishes to perfection, leaves skin feeling invigorated and refreshed, gentle enough to use every day. That's the key. You can use it every day. It exfoliates and buffs away dry skin while leaving it feeling moisturized, and skin feels revitalized, satiny smooth, and touchably soft. So that's the key. When you're going out, we're going to tell the men in your life, or that we've gone to dealerships, we've gone to construction sites. You just pack up some little cute, this one I found is, so I did a hand cream. Oh, these are both cheap, but the Mint Bliss foot lotion is also a good one. And I just package it up. You go to Hobby Lobby and get some plastic wrap and some ribbon. I got some tulle, and I threw a Mint Bliss foot lotion and a little satin hand. And so basically what you're going to want to tell your customers or guys that you meet anywhere is, this is going to help your wife feel loved, feel pampered, and have silky smooth. Don't you want your wife to have silky skin?
Mhm.
Oh, yes. And you do
Oh,
the
yes,
head
you
bob.
do.
What's your budget? If a guy's like, oh, what's your budget? What is your wife worth?
Oh,
okay. So I found these at Dollar General, a little cup that says Best Mom. And so I have some flowers around that I just threw together. And this is Mint Bliss. And then this one is a really good one. I sold a lot of these last year. I got it's a flower and a pair of gardening gloves. And last year I threw a pack of seeds in there, but I couldn't find ones that I bought because my daughter put them somewhere. So this has a whole satin hand set. And then I found these little placards at the Dollar General. So if you just keep your eye open, there's going to be things around for Mother's Day. Little teddy bears, anything that you can create a little package. And then like this I would sell for $40. So I don't want to go, you always want to set it at like either 20, 25, 30, or like a number where it's not like 22 or 27, because guys are going to have cash on payday. And so you're going to want to get the cash that they have right away, or, take the card. So you don't want to say, oh, well, included tax is 22.37 or whatever. You want to go ahead, hit a number, pick it. And if you have to, soak up a little tax or profit, it's all, what you buy for this is a tax deduction. It's an expense. So you keep your receipt, you go get everything and keep your receipts for 2019 taxes. And then
See those or can you see them?
you guys want to, you do want to see them?
No.
Okay, good. And then
Oh, she got more?
I got more. So this one I thought was really cool. Here's what I did with the satin body. So this is a Queen Mom pillow I found at the Dollar General and a little candle. So I just packaged it up with the satin body, the scrub, and the lotion, and a little flower in there, and a little candle. So this is going to be like, oh, this is the total relaxation for your mama, your wife, your sister, and I just threw the little pillow in, and so you can see that it says Queen Mom. I'll let your wife pamper herself in the shower, light a candle, have a glass of wine. We can't sell wine, I wish we could, but and then a pillow for your mom. So this was another cute one. And then coffee mugs are always cute to do. This one I found at the Dollar General too. They're like $2 or $3. So you just, I will sell this for $15. And it has the foot lotion and then the satin, mini satin hands, and then a mom mug and a little flower in there. So, just make it look cute. There's a little mom mug right there. And then I even got the old, I have this laying out. So if you have any old, you could do perfumes, you could do, and gift certificates. You could do gift certificates. There's another one online that I haven't done. It's the roll-up bag that you do, and you can put whatever you want in it. So if you have these items that are generalized, I would say those are the ones to go to: the satin hands, the lotion, the foot lotion, the satin hands, the satin lips, things that men aren't going to be freaked out about. Then you say, I would love to get your wife's number so that I can call and make sure that she loves the product. Because guess what, husband, she's not going to tell you that she doesn't like it, but I bet you she'll tell me that she doesn't like it. So you're going to be the superhero at the end. And, you can find customers, like if you have customers that work at a bank or work anywhere, you can do a little trunk sale, which is okay with Mary Kay as long as you're not out in front of Walmart selling these. You can do a display if you have any. Take pre-orders, you can put them on Facebook as long as you don't put the price. Say I've got Mother's Day gifts, check out my VIP page, your private page on Facebook, you can sell that way. So I did great last Mother's Day, and then so you want to get if you can get the contact information up from the husband, that way you can call her and then you can book her for a facial. So then you can get her on the skincare, and then you can, become her Mary Kay consultant, and you can use that in your selling. As far, you're not just getting this product for your wife, you're getting me along with it. So you can use that as a marketing tool that, husband's going to be like, this is a double win for husbands, or, whoever's buying for their moms. Or I like to gear towards men with their wives, because that's always a good way to make them, your wife works hard for you, doesn't she? She works hard for your family, and you can always, well, what is your wife worth to you? Ooh, and when you're brave and bold like that, the husbands are going to be like, oh, a lot. Okay, well, what's your budget? Because I can customize Yes. You know, and then you can even tell them that you could deliver. Like, how would your wife feel if you put up at her work with balloons and flowers? Like, you can go all out with balloons and flowers and, you know, chocolates. You can add whatever you want into your basket. I just used what I had at home, and, you know, I've been collecting things when I go to the Dollar General or Dollar Store or Dollar Tree. And then you can, you know, say, how would your wife feel if she got something early Friday, if I showed up at her work? Like, wouldn't that be amazing? So,
You put gift certificates in here too?
I don't do gift certificates in there, but I do put my card. My card is in there. I probably should.
Well, I usually this is what I typically do is I usually will put anytime I give a gift like this that I don't know the person they're giving it to, I always put a gift certificate in there that says this entitles her to a pampering package, and then I give her. I usually will give her like a $10 or $20 gift certificate too, and then when I'm selling it to the guy, I'm like, not only is she getting this, but she's gonna get pampered, and we're, you know, because you know, you talk about, you know, oh, then she needs pampering and she deserves it and all that stuff, you know. So the gift, I always put a gift certificate in there, and then I try and get, if I can, like if it's a guy selling for his wife, I would want to be like, okay, well, can you give me TK's number so I can follow up with her? And number one, make sure she enjoys it, and number two, redeem that gift certificate that is in there because I owe her a pampering package. So that gives me a reason to get TK's number instead of just having it where I sell it to your husband and I never meet you. Right? And so use this as also a lead thing where you can get into the guys in your life, get into their wives with their moms and whatever women that they have in their life that they need to buy for. So I always put a gift certificate in there too, because then it's not just, it goes somewhere, right? That one gift is going to turn into a customer.
And then you can also tell them that he's, you know, this is a value of $50. You're getting it for $40 today. And there's another mark. Thank you. Reopen and see, that's why I tied them with just a bow, because I can go back and add them in.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just tell you really quick about the Shea Lotion. It instantly comforts and melts into skin. It provides immediate relief for dryness. It feels luxurious and pampering, and it's clinically shown to moisturize for 24 hours. Skin feels deeply moisturized, nourished, satiny smooth, and looks revitalized. And so that's a good one to pair up, and the satin hands are so. Don't feel limited if you don't have these things. You know, you can go on Facebook. I don't know if you guys are on the Let's Talk Pink or whatever. You can find pictures. You could even post a picture and get orders in, like Candace was saying. Pre-sale, and use that to get it, and then you have enough time. If you're doing that now with that sense of urgency, then you're going to get the items from Mary Kay in enough time to package them up and get them to your customers or by Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. And get creative. You know, if you know any guys anywhere that, you know, hey, are you ready for Mother's Day yet?
Guaranteed or not.
You want to get that. You want to get that no out of the way. You always answer a question. You always ask a question that's, no, I'm not. Well, let me help you. And so that's it.
Perfect. Yay, Dina.
Get creative with it and have fun.
Are you ready? Did you find something? Okay. So one thing that I want to start doing now that we're getting back to a schedule is each week having a product knowledge, and Dina was so gracious to have already brought those. And then I want to also do a little bit of Mary Kay heritage, because all those of us, like, I've never met Mary Kay. I'm going to have you sit here, honey. I'm just going to explain it. If you can see, I'm saying, I have never met Mary Kay, and most of you haven't. And so I just want us to know just a little about the heritage of our company. So we'll take like 3 to 5 minutes to have this cool little book. And so each week I'm going to pick somebody to just read out of it and share a story of heritage, so we can know where our company comes from, because we don't ever want to get away from that, right? With all the whatever time and changes and technology and whatever, we don't get away from, well, don't want to get away from what our company was built on. So take it away, Miss Kelly. Woo. All right. Go, Kelly. Woo. Woo. All right.
So this one, I just kind of read the first couple lines. It spoke to me, so I haven't read the whole thing, but we'll read it now.
It's going to be great.
All right, it's called the Remember the Invisible Sign. One of the most important lessons I ever learned is to pretend that every single person you meet has a sign around his or her neck that says, make me feel important. Building a feeling of importance in each person that you come in contact increases that person's self-esteem and confidence. Focus your attention on the person in front of you. Look him or her straight in the eyes and smile. Let that person feel your attention. I think it's important that you are sincere as you build this feeling of importance in people. Search diligently for good things to be admired and praise that person privately or publicly. Praise before one's peers is one of the most important things you can do to boost a person's self-esteem. I remember an incident in my life that taught me to never give insincere compliments. That time was mid-December in my Stanley Home Products days. I always had made it a point to sincerely admire something in each hostess's home. That particular day I was running late and only had a fraction of my usual time to set up my display. I chose to compliment the hostess on a picture that hung over my display table and praise it lavishly. It was a watercolor of an orchid and hummingbird. I didn't really like it, but it was close and convenient. 10 days later, just before Christmas, when I desperately needed all the money I could collect for my children's gifts, I went back to deliver that hostess's order. She met me at the door and told me that since I admired so much of that watercolor painting she had done, she was graciously going to let me have it in lieu of money for her order.
Oh!
Even though, she added, the painting was worth much more, I sadly took that painting home and hung it attic as a constant reminder to never be insincere again. Often we learn more from watching something done incorrectly than correctly. I once stood in line for more than 2 hours to shake the hand of one of the vice presidents of a company I worked for. He was greatly admired. When my turn finally came, he shook my hand but didn't even see or hear me because he was looking over my shoulder to see how many more people were in that line. I felt empty and betrayed for having stood in that line so long only to be ignored. Right then I decided if I ever become the person with whom people were shaking hands, I would focus all my attention on the one person in front of me and make him or her feel important.
Wow.
So powerful.
Good
I loved
lesson.
it. I needed to hear that too.
Exactly. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Kelly. That was a good one. Thanks for picking that. Yeah. So those are stories from our own Mary Kay Ash, and I think that's hilarious that she commented on it.
You know, the one that comes in your kit. It's just
Oh, the
interesting
starter
to
kit,
read-
yes.
To read stories.
Oh yeah, if you have not read the Mary Kay autobiography in your starter kit, you need to pick it up. It's such a good
It's
read.
so good. You can't put it down.
Yeah, you can. I'm not a reader normally, but I read it in like 2 or 3 days. It's super good. So I just want us to keep close to what is important, you know, and that's Mary Kay. How she found this company. And you guys, if you really go around and make other people feel important, and that's all you're focused on, it makes such a big difference in your life. I mean, and not just for your business, but with your husbands, with your kids. Like, you guys, everybody has a sign around their neck saying, "Make me feel important." And man, if our world did that, we would have a lot less problems. So, all right, we get to be that light. All right. So I have just a couple things I want to train on tonight. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I know the weather's supposed to be bad. Even though it doesn't look that bad up there. It's raining. But
It was.
yeah, it was for a second and then it stopped. But the first thing that I'm going to talk about a couple different things. The first is this, and it's kind of funny that you mentioned what you did, Dina, because this is kind of goes along with what I was going to mention really quickly. And that is dealing with no. And I think one of the hardest things about this business is dealing with rejection and getting the no's. And really, it's not necessarily getting the no's. It's the story we make up about what that means, right? Because, you know, it really isn't about the no. I mean, those of you that have 2-year-olds, they say no all day long, right? And you don't go around being like, oh, they must not like me or whatever. No, you just tell their 2-year-old, right? And they want to say no. So once again, it's not here, Frankie. I mean, back to me. Yeah, they have them. So it's not about the no. It's about what we tell ourselves about the no. And so this is just a fun challenge that I'm going to give you guys this week. And I will challenge all of you online too. I can email it to you. But I'm going to read about dealing with no, and then your challenge for the week is to get to 100 no's as quickly as possible. So that's going to be your challenge for the week, just so you know. Is to get real comfortable with no's, and it can't be all 2-year-olds, okay? I know, it has to be at least 18. Kelly, you can probably do that with all your kiddos, right? Right, tonight you can get 100 no's. All right, so I'm going to read it real quick. It's one word, the word no. Some people really have a tough time accepting the fact that they're going to hear the word no fairly often in this business. They get discouraged and feel rejected because they look at the word no as negative. But nothing could be further from the truth, because the word no simply means that nothing changes. Think about it. You approach your neighbor and ask her to be a hostess, and she says no. What changed? Is she still your neighbor? Yes. Did your income go up or down? No. Nothing changed. It can't be negative. To be negative, things would have to get worse. And they didn't. Everything remained exactly the same. On the other hand, suppose she said yes. Now there's some positive changes. She received free your company's incentives. That's a positive. You gain several more customers, potential hostesses and consultants. That's another positive. You earn more money. That's another positive. You can see by this example, there's no negatives in our business. There's only positive and time when nothing changes. So that's really all there is there's positives and then there's times when nothing changes. When someone tells you no, so on this little exercise, and those of you who are online, you could just make a little, like 100 little boxes. But every time someone tells you no, cross out one of the no's on the bottom of the sheet and set yourself a goal of getting 100 no's crossed out within the next few hours. She challenged you. I'm giving you a whole week. But if you want to start to see your business explode with growth, take this exercise seriously. Here's a hint to make this easier. Triple up. Ask somebody, become a consultant with your company. If they say no, cross it out. Then you ask them to become a hostess. Nope. And then ask them to maybe give you a referral. If they say no again, then you got 3 no's for one person. But you'll never be better at getting no's than you are right now. The more you do this, the tougher it becomes to get this. This is the cool concept. The more you do this, the tougher it becomes to actually get those 100 no's. Because what you'll find is that a yes is going to creep in there every once in a while. So don't let the occasional yes distract you from your primary goal of getting 100 no's. Imagine the look on your neighbor's face when she tells you no, and you respond with, gee, thanks, I've only got a few more no's to go and I'm finished for the day. Can you imagine how different people would respond if you're like, thank you, okay, check. I was afraid you were going to say yes there for a minute. Yeah. Don't take this exercise lightly. It really does work. Get those no's now while it's still easy for you to do so. Don't wait until it becomes difficult for people to tell you no. That time will soon come, or will come soon enough. So anyways, that's a fun little challenge that I think can just remind us of, you know, just, oh, you need to. Yeah, I did 200. You guys can take 20. I made all these. You guys can take 2. Go do 200. I don't care. You can take them all. But the whole point, go for it. I don't care. I made the copies. The whole point is, I think we take rejection way too seriously, and we make up a story that it means something. And I think in our society now, a no answer is, I think, almost worse than a no. Like, I don't know what to do with a no answer. Like, I'll send tons of messages asking for hostesses, watch the video, even to consultants, how you doing? You know, nothing, crickets, nothing. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know if they hate me. I don't know if they want to quit America. I don't know if something happened in their life. I don't know if they just forgot to text back. I don't know what happened, right? That the no answer, I think, is almost the harder thing, right? But I would encourage you to work on getting the no's, because I would much rather have a no than a no answer. Because I know what to do with a no. Check you off the list, right? With a no answer, you don't know what to do with it. Like, what does this mean? Do I never contact you again? And usually I contact them multiple times, giving them a couple of days in between. But anyway, so you guys, you can do that challenge, right?
Yes.
100 no's?
Yes. I always like to use no as next opportunity.
Yes. Next opportunity, because that's really what it means, you know, is that next, it's on to the next thing. So, all right. So, and, you know, I just mentioned earlier about asking people to help you with your goal of selling items, and then having people watch the video. That could be if you really are working on that deadline to say, hey, I need to have 14 people listen by tomorrow, or you're reaching out to people and say, hey, I have 2 big goals. Is there any way you could help me? You can help one of 2 ways. I guess there's a third way too, but one of 2 ways. First of all, my goal is to sell whatever your goal is, 50 items by tomorrow night. And my goal is to have 14 people just listen. Is there any way you can help me in either of those ways? If they say no to both, that's 2 no's. And then take it one step further of either asking her to be a hostess or ask her to refer you to somebody. You know, I think sometimes we take a no and then we just stop. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with this. You know, that at least usually every time I'm on the phone with somebody, I try to have it end in a yes, right? If she's not going to sign up, okay, well, maybe will she host a party for me? Okay, she's not going to host a party for me. Okay, well, can you give me some referrals of anybody who could be interested? Then I want our conversation to end on a yes. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And it's not bugging people. It's just finding them a place, because most people in your life or people you ask, they want to help you, because women want to help other women. But if they don't want to help in a certain way, you could find another way that they could help you. Make sense? Okay. Simple challenge, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Then the next thing, we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit. So you guys have had a lot of really, a ton of like detailed training on, skincare classes and closing and opening. So tonight I figured I wanted to do a little bit more on head stuff and just some different things that we don't always train on. And so I wanted to train on the nose. And the other thing that I want to train on tonight is something that a couple of you may have heard of this before, but we have lots of new people in the room who probably haven't. And I don't have a handout for this, so you're going to have to take notes, okay? So you're going to have to write. And Mary Kay, do anyone need paper or a pen? Because I got plenty. I got copies up here. Here, go ahead and grab papers. Do you want to grab? I have pens in my purse back over there for people who need pens. Okay, perfect. Mary Kay Ash always said, you can dig in there and find a pen. Mary Kay Ash always said that the faintest ink is better than the most retentive memory, right? That I don't care what kind of memory you have. I don't always have the best memory, so I write everything down. But you're going to remember so much more, and it gets you more engaged, okay? Because I'm going to share several different things, and there's different categories and stuff. And so I want you to take notes and kind of, and so because it's a lot of info. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is, oh shoot, where's the first page of this? Hold on one second as I figure out what happened to my handouts. Did I leave some over there, or maybe leave some under there? Okay, hold on one second as Candace gets organized. Okay, well, maybe it's under here. Hold on 2 seconds. Hold on. It's not under the nose.
Are you looking for a paper called 5 Basic?
Yes, somebody has it. Okay.
It was in the video.
Thank you, Frankie. You saved the day. I was like, oh crap, I don't remember it all. I have my notes to remember. Okay, so this is something that I was reminded of today, and you guys know Stacey James, those of you that went to Career Conference. She trains on this all the time. And she talks about this all the time. And she's really the originator of how it came into the Mary Kay world. But it's the 5 basic needs. And why I want to go over this is we as people and human beings have 5 basic needs. And I'm gonna go through the information. But first of all, I think it's important to know, number 1, which ones you are. And number 2, most importantly, is are you getting those out of your business? Because Mary Kay works and can fill the 5 basic needs of all the 5 different categories. However, some people aren't getting their needs met in Mary Kay in that area, and so they tend to walk away because they're not getting that need met. Okay, so this is why I want to train on it, because I want you to be fulfilled in your business. And this business is amazing, and yes, you can make money, but it's so much more fulfilling in so many other ways too, that I think we have to make sure we're being fulfilled in all arenas. Does that make sense? And make sure that you're getting it from your Mary Kay business. Okay, so 5 basic needs. That's from the book Pursuit of Happiness by Dr. Baxter. But anyways, the main points is that your basic need is God-given. So you don't need to feel guilty about your basic need, okay? I'm going to go through the 5, and don't feel like, oh, I don't want to be that one. No, it's whatever one you are is which one you were given, right? It's your basic need. And this applies to all human beings. It applies to your kids. It applies to your husbands. That and those of you that have team members, you want to make sure they're getting their needs. And usually your basic need is not your husband's or the key people in your life. And so we have to work at it. It's like the love languages thing. We have to work at making sure that, we tend to communicate in our language and our love language and our basic need where they may not be getting, that means nothing to them. It's like speaking Chinese, right? And so it's the same thing with this basic needs, okay? All right, so your basic need is God-given. It's threaded into your DNA. When your need is being met, it frees you to pursue your greatest level of success. So that's why I want you to make sure that you're getting this in your business, because when you are being fulfilled and getting your basic need met, it frees you to pursue your greatest level of success and really be all you can be, as cheesy as that sounds, in your business and in life, really. But here's the deal. When your basic need is not being met, it causes you to feel as if you're working against resistance and you're swimming against the tide. And I know I have felt that way before in my business and in life, and it usually goes back to this: I'm not getting my basic need met. Right? And so these are things that I've had to, over my 15 years in Mary Kay, that as I've gotten away from that, I've had to come back to, I'm not getting my basic need met, right? Okay, so if you feel like you're swimming against the tide, then this probably is something you should listen to. You ultimately know your basic need. Here's how you know your basic need is when asked what would make you cry if you had to live without it. And so I'm going to go over all 5 of them, but think about this, if you don't know which one you are, and probably as I go through them, you'll be like, Matt, that's me. But if you don't, ask yourself, what would make you cry if you had to live without it? And that's a good question or something to write down for your team members. Those of you who want to build a team or want to get to know the people in your life better. So ask them that question, of these 5 basic needs, what would make you cry if you had to live without it? Hard to breathe. When you think about it, when you think about it, feel that you're suffocating when you're not getting your need met. She says, this is Stacey James that wrote this. I had 5 different directors, 1 for each need, get up and talk about why they know their need is their need and give evidence to the crowd. They talked about how they feel and perform when their need is being met and how they feel and perform when it's not. And literally, they were operating in their zone and operating out of joy when their needs being met. And then when it wasn't, it was shutting them down and they were hiding and not wanting to do anything. Right? So very important. But here's the thing, your need has nothing to do with your height of success in this business. Meaning, most people think that high achievers are power and achievement. Like most people would think that that I'm a power and achievement person. It's one of mine, but it's not my first one. Even though I'm very accomplished. But the need is not your results. It's what you need so that you're fueled to live the most victorious life that you can. Right? For example, she mentions a girl, Daisha Wiegand. I don't know if you know her. She's someone who came in. She's like younger than me, been in way less time than me. She's a national and like is killing it. Anyways, most people think that she's a power and achievement girl, but actually hers is safety and security. When she started Mary Kay and she began making great money, her need was being met, so she was being able to perform and achieve in her zone. If a person's need is not being met, then they exhibit stressor behaviors. She had 5 directors who represented their need to go out into the ballroom, and everyone who aligned with their need, okay, I'll skip all that. And finally, the ultimate conclusion is realizing that whatever your basic need is, all work and can be fed by our culture. So what she said, I'll paraphrase, she had all her directors go, and there were, like there's fun and pleasure, power and achievement, I'll go over them all, love and belonging, and she had them all go into each corners, and there was like the whole room was split in a pretty equal percentage. So the whole point is that everybody's need can be met, right? It's not like Mary Kay is just for power and achievement or just for fun and pleasure. Anybody can do it. It's just a matter of finding a way to have that need met in Mary Kay. Okay. All right, I'm going to go on to the 5 basic needs and kind of explain them a little bit about each one. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about how you can, and we'll just kind of brainstorm about how these different people with these 5 basic needs can get those things fulfilled in this business. Okay, so be thinking about that, because I want this to be applicable that if you're not getting your need met, how can you get it met, right? Okay, the first one is power and achievement. So that's the first basic need of someone is a power and achievement. And that means it's the need to conquer. They're empowered by an ambitious heart. Achievement is an urgent calling. They have to achieve. Achievement is like really, really important. They're highly competitive. They're not always in competition with others though, but they're competitive in the need to excel. Strives to be the best. That can be number 1, or it can just be the best of yourself. What you want to do, whatever you want to do, you're the best version of it. Loves to break records, loves to win, loves the spotlight, loves appreciation, admiration, and respect. Values relationships that challenge her. However, if her leadership does not challenge her, she may leave. And that's a big deal for a power and achievement person. If their recruiter and their director aren't challenging them enough, they may leave. So power and achievement people need to be challenged. They have great clarity through the process, clears the path with her determination, not weighed down by incidentals, takes the lead without even thinking about it. They're energized by the win. However, they can become rigid in their leadership or expectation of others. This is if they're a power and achievement person. Sometimes they can get rigid in their leadership or expectation of others. Doesn't usually like messy emotions or complicated situations. So they don't want to deal with emotions, right? Or complicated situations. And so these are the downfalls. And they can find themselves disconnecting and detaching too easily with that power and achievement person. A couple of things it says over here. Has great clarity through the process, takes the lead without even thinking of it. They're the people that will just naturally rise up and lead and like to be running things and like to be winning. Okay, who in the room thinks they're a power and achievement girl? By the way, you typically have 2. top 2. Okay, so power and achievement. Any power and achievement, girls? Okay, well, my second one is power and achievement. So yeah. Okay, well, we'll slate that one. We'll slate that one. The second one is love and belonging. And this is the need to influence. It's the need to influence and impact other people. Empowered by the influence of affecting another person's heart and or their actions, has a dedicated interest in how others think, respond, and operate. Desires to be immersed in the middle of great heartfelt communication. Is physically affectionate, but most of the time, it doesn't have to be. Easily demonstrates love, is hugging people all the time, requires physical touch, and comforts others with physical connection. Values relationships that stimulate her head, her heart, and her soul. Progress is made through elevating others' belief and understanding, and makes friends easily. They're energized by the ability to influence and energized by the ability to make a difference. Let me see if there's any more over here that they love the ability to shift, move, and excel. Desires to be immersed in the middle of great heartfelt communication. Okay, so some of their negative things is sometimes they can become too absorbed and sensitive to meet the needs of others, because they're, you know, I'm about to say, become too absorbed and sensitive to meet or to the need. So sorry, I read that wrong. They can become too absorbed and sensitive to the needs of others, which means, you know, my number one is love and belonging. And sometimes I find myself like worrying too much about hurting someone's feelings, or if I said something wrong, or someone doesn't like me, or like they don't return my Voxer messages, and I'm sad for a day and go cry, you know, think that I did something wrong. Like, I know that's a downfall of mine, is that I have a really hard time, you know, with the people not connecting. Right? I'm totally a love and belonging girl. You know, I could care less if I want you to perform and succeed, but I care more about the relationship. Right? And so, but they can become sometimes too absorbed and sensitive to where it shuts them down because they're so sensitive to other people's needs. Right? Or other people's, you know, feelings. Oversensitivity can complicate the clarity necessary to reach their goal quickly, finds it difficult to detach from unhealthy people or situations. That's a big one. Finds it difficult to detach from unhealthy people or situations. All right, so who thinks there's a love and belonging person? Yeah, okay, there's a lot of love and belonging people in Mary Kay, okay? And a lot of us stay like, I love, you know, achieving and performing and all that stuff, but I love more the relationships. I love the friendships. I love the people and the influence I get to have in the lives, that I get to do life with people. That is much more important to me than achieving. Even though achieving is important, it's not nearly as important as the relationship. Make sense? So you gotta know yourself. This is the important part about all this. Okay. The third one is freedom and choice. Freedom and choice. The need for freedom. Empowered by an open agenda, does not respond favorably to rigid rules or strict conformity, has an innate desire to create her own way, easily strays from the planned venue, loves to soar in a positive direction, desires to control her decisions, her direction, and her schedule, values mature relationships that don't require constant attention. I'm going to read that again. Values mature relationships that don't require constant attention. However, this is important for you to know if you have somebody on your team who is a freedom and choice person, is if her leadership is too regulated or taught in an absolute manner, she will become highly frustrated. Loves to express herself through her own creative design. They're energized by options. So they don't want anybody telling them what to do. They want to do their own thing. That they don't want to be in a box. All right. And their downfall, or the negative or cautionary things per se, is they can sometimes be perceived as being rebellious or disrespectful. They are negatively challenged by a specific strategy, structure, or a tracking sheet. They do not like tracking sheets. Does not like accountability. They don't like being like, they don't like being asked, you know, what are you doing? What did you say? They don't like that. Operates out of the need to be spontaneous. They love to be spontaneous. They don't want to be tied down to too many appointments or a long-term plan. So, how many freedom and choice girls do we have out there? It's you?
Yeah. It's you, Kelly.
Yeah. Like, Amanda isn't here tonight, but she's totally a freedom and choice girl. Yeah. Yep.
I swim fast for you with the birds.
Yes, let me do what I
Let me
want.
call me back sometime.
Well, and I have one of my directors, Jessica. I don't know if you guys have met Jessica. She's awesome. She's been my director the longest. She started in Washington, lives in Idaho. She is totally a freedom and choice girl. Like, and I learned that early on. Like, and what I've loved about all my directors and really working with my key people is, and I love getting in there with people, and if they'll let me really work with them and build that relationship with them, because everybody's different. And you can't put anybody in a box. And I had to learn on earlier in my leadership that with Jessica, I had like, this is the way we do things, and we go to these things, and we do this tracking, and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, don't put me in a box. And like, she was nice about it. But once I got this, I knew how to be a better leader with Jessica, because I had to let her soar. You can't put a freedom and choice person in a box and tell them they have to do things this way and have to have this appointment and they have to, they won't. They will run away.
Mom, I figured out what was wrong with my life.
Yes, I can see your mom being a box person. That you need to soar, and you need to do that. And you can do that in Mary Kay. Like, Jessica is my strongest director, and she's killing it, and she's done it her way. It's different than how I've done it, but she's found her own. And that's the beauty of this. Like, I'm such a, I don't think outside of the box. Like, I want the structure and the plan. And so I follow the plan. But that's what worked for my personality, but that wasn't hers, And so you can't put your people in a box. Okay. So if you have people on your team or you have kids who are freedom and choice, let them soar, let them do their thing, let them ask them their opinion, let them get creative. Like, I love that you want to help with the foundation thing, because I'll let you go do it, because that's your thing. You're good at that. Exactly. Your mind's already spinning. That, but earlier on in my leadership, I used to be a big control freak. We're like, nope, I have to do things like that. Wait, relax. So I've grown as a leader. And you guys will grow too, but you want to just, let people soar and run in their own lane. Okay. The fourth one is safety and security. And this is the need for stability. They're empowered by a stable environment. They are not innately impulsive. They need to think things through. If her leadership is too spontaneous or not planned out, she becomes anxious. So as if you have somebody on your team who's a safety and security person, if you're super spontaneous and she's not, that will freak her out. That will freak her out. She will run. But you also need to have somewhat of a plan, because she needs to have a plan. Values trust and continuity in relationships, feels most confident and comfortable when there is a known plan. Motivated by the ability to control and create her own future. Feels better to save money than to spend it. They seek peace, and the peace is found by having a plan. They are energized by a savings account. And what else we got over here? They're not impulsive, need to think things through. I talked about that. That's most of those. Motivated by the ability to control and create her own future. I think we know that. Okay. So their negatives or their things to look out for are they can sometimes be too cautious. They have to think through invitations or decisions with the need to feel comfortable about the rollout. So sometimes they think through things way too much. Like, I see people are this, they overthink things and think about, they completely overthink it. Do you mind going and doing marketing? I didn't bring my stuff, so you get to be powerful, and you're gonna wing it. You're gonna kill it, girl. I know it. Okay, so the other downfalls of safety and security are their decisions are affected by physical safety. Decisions are affected by physical safety. I don't know what that always means. Not usually spontaneous. I don't know what that means. Does anyone have a clue what that means? Decisions are affected by physical safety.
They need to have an environment that is comfortable in order to
safe.
Probably not a skydiver.
Not gonna skydiver, yeah. No, they're not risk takers, risk averters, yeah. Who is safety and security? Yeah. I would say, is that you? Yeah. That's what I was asking. Somebody's out there got to be it.
The reason why I would prefer because that's the environment in which people want to talk, whereas warm chattering is just like, who are you? I don't know you. Let's get away from me. And it's safer for me to be
in that physical environment. Yeah. That makes sense.
Just going
See,
out
that's a
and-
great thing. Like I heard after this weekend, you were energized. I could hear it in your voice, you know, because it was a different environment. You know what I mean? And I have some people that hate booths, and then, you know, people that love them. And so you got to find what works for you. So that's a great insight into that, something you can do to fulfill that need, you know? So great. Okay, so who else in the room is safety and security? And you usually have two, okay? So you usually have two. Frankie, I can't see your arms. What are which ones are you?
Debating between that and.
You have two. You have two normally.
No, I'm definitely the first one.
Your power and achievement. Anyways, I can see you.
Sorry, no.
Love and belonging.
I'm number two.
Love and belonging, yeah. I thought you could maybe be a safety and security girl.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
My husband is totally a safety and security guy. And I love him to pieces, but it drives me bonkers because he has to like overthink everything, and he's super cautious. Super. Like, and in his job, he has to think about worst case scenarios. And so like I'll suggest something and he's like, oh, this could happen, and then we could die. You know, like, you know, like I just remember making a treadmill. Like, I don't know. But that's just his character is to have everything safe and not do anything outside of the box. Right. Oh, his bubble is this big. It's this big. It's so funny. So a little backstory on me and my husband's relationship, in case you don't know this, like, I think most of you in the room don't know this. Maybe Frankie does, but maybe Kelly does too. But we dated when I was 18, and I went through a divorce and whatever. We reconnected about 5 years ago, and he was living in Pennsylvania, and I was living here in Colorado. And he was 42, and never had left Pennsylvania. Lived in the same house, the same town for 42 years. So Candace had to do a lot of Mary Kay coaching and training to work on getting him to move to Colorado and to leave his tiny little comfort zone. And his town was like 500 people, and to leave the tiny little town to come to Pueblo. No, they don't hurt. Yeah, get them out. Yeah. So anyways, Mary Kay training can apply to other areas of your life. And I had lots of pep talks of stepping out of your comfort zone and stretching and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so the fifth one, so safety and security is the fourth one. The fifth one is fun and pleasure. And this is the need for adventure. So they're like the completely opposite of safety and security. They have a need for adventure. So fun and pleasure. They're empowered by a party. They're motivated by the ability to have fun, conversation, and laughter. Does not respond favorably to serious, dull, boardroom conversations. They're drawn to music. They're moved deeply by music. They're inspired by the opportunity to experience the uncommon, new venues, new adventures, loves vacations for the experience, but not necessarily for the rest. They're willing to work hard in order to have fun options. If her leadership is too demanding on her time, she will feel resentful and shut down. You have to be at all the special events if you're not a good director or a team player. That's an example of what someone may say or something. A bad leader of a fun and pleasure person. They're energized by laughter. It's either got to be fun or she is going to make it fun. So they are the life of the party. But they like to travel. They like to go do new things. They're the person that's like, let's go hang gliding, let's go whatever, and go do something wild and crazy, right? Yes. Their downfall or cautionary things are they are not motivated by workshops or long training sessions unless they're entertaining. They schedule several vacations. They puts a lot into her schedule that's not interrupted as necessary or even considered goofing off to a need to conquer person. Okay, so they put a lot of things in their schedule that for a need to conquer person would seem like goofing off or not important, but to them it's important to have fun, right? That it's important for them to have fun in their schedule or they will shut down. Yeah, I would think Amanda's that too. I'm just guessing since, you know. Yeah, I heard. It was fun. So is that your second one, Kelly?
Yeah,
that one? Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
think that was my first one.
That was your first one.
Like I just was always, where can I go?
Make it fun.
And like, I don't care that maybe 30 minutes for I'm going to somewhere.
Yeah, because it's fun. Make it a thing. You'll be in the video over here. It's hard to get in the video. I don't think I've ever been in the video, maybe once or something. But yeah, it's that's awesome. Okay, so those are the 5 basic needs. The last thing we'll go over is just kind of brainstorm on if you're not getting your needs met, and now I'll go back to, if you don't know what your top two are, ask yourself, what would make me cry if I didn't have it in my life? Okay? Like literally, what would make you that sad? Okay? So those are your top two. All right, so let's do a little brainstorming. If someone isn't getting power and achievement in their business, what could be a way that they could do that in this business?
All the challenges.
Yeah.
Just doing literally every single one of them.
Yeah.
Keep them focused on,
Yeah. There are lots of things that you can do in Mary Kay to achieve. But here's what I know with the power and achievement person. If they're not achieving and they're not winning, they shut down. And it's the winning. Exactly. It's the winning. They like to be up here and be the queen. And if they're not, but here's the other downfall. Like, I'm thinking of a consultant, I'm not going to remember her name, but she was like, love being the queen, love being the queen. When someone else wasn't the queen, she stopped coming to meetings. Or when someone else was the queen, she stopped coming to meetings. She shut down because she wasn't winning, right? So it can be a negative thing that you have to find the win, not necessarily in competing with other people, but competing with yourself, right? And find a win that if you're not the queen, maybe you get your King Power Days, for the week. Or maybe all these challenges that I throw out, I don't throw them out for my health. Like, I throw them out to have you win and to have you get excited about winning, right? And, but if you're not winning, it'll shut you down if you're a power and achievement person. So if that's you, I would ask yourself, what is something I can get a win? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Maybe it could just be you make 10 booking calls a day, or, whatever. Anything. A win is just something that makes you feel good. Right? And so if you're a power and achievement person, know that about yourself, that you've got to be very conscious of, are you winning? And not in a negative way to shut you down, but you like that feeling of accomplishment, right? And I am that way too. If I'm not, I don't have to be number one in the company, because actually that shut me down. Like, oh yeah, all this recognition, all these people looking at me. Ah! But I was excited about the influence. That excited me. Not being the center of attention. Does that make sense? Now I'm okay being number two because I can still have the influence to talk to people. But anyways, I know that it doesn't have to be that for me. I have to find little things that I can do. Like, did I make my booking calls today? Did I do the things that, I had on my list for today? Because that helps me have a feeling of accomplishment for the day, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be huge. It's for the day, right? Okay, so the second one, love and belonging. If you're not getting that need met in your business, how do you think you can do that?
Well,
That's really a hard one. I feel like if you do too much of that, then you get to that. It's hard balance.
You can't make somebody be a friend.
You can't make someone be your friend. No. No.
I think in that one, finding that
You
balance
can't be a friend,
between like being there for people, but also like being there for yourself. Like, don't
Absolutely.
use all your spoon on other people. You're gonna need to save some of those for yourself. I would think that.
yeah, over
Yes.
yourself.
You need
Yes.
to surround yourself with people that are
Yes.
enjoyable with you, that care about you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I agree with what you said, Kelly, in that I think you need to find your value in the right places. Make sure you have your value in the right places and not in other people, because people will let you down, people will hurt you, people, whatever, they'll leave. But so not, finding your value in that, but I like what Roberta said about surrounding yourself with people, showing up to the meetings, reaching out to a Mary Kay friend and saying, let's go out and do a booth. Let's go out and meet people together that you like. That's the stuff I love. I love the relationships I have with my director friends and with people. Like, I'm like, let's go out and do stuff. Let's just where you are proactive about reaching out to people, and they may not get back to you, but you're intentional about finding people in your life that make your circle better and are positive.
So sometimes what I like to do is we'll go, whoever I was hanging out that week, we go out and we discuss Mary Kay, but there are times where we just go to a movie.
Yeah, it could be
Or
something
just go
fun.
outside. I will let you know, I love to be outside. If I can't be outside, that will make me crazy.
So on days like today where it's all like overcast, you can't go outside. Yeah. You don't mind. But you know that about yourself. That's good, that you have to be outside and go, yeah, summer's coming. You go out and do a bunch of things together but that would also be good, for you to go with somebody and go walk around a park and hand out flowers or something, that you could do something where you're getting that need met of being outside, but also around people. Because here's the deal, you guys, we all are chicken on our own. We all get scared, we all get nervous, but when you're with somebody, you feel more empowered, right? And encouraged. Okay, so if you're a freedom and choice person and you're not getting that need met in your business, how could we get that met? Yeah.
I think you could go on any director's website and find all the different things you can do.
Yep. If you don't like what I teach you, what Sherry just taught you, go do your own thing. You know, like,
Yeah. You're doing it, like I did mine with them. That's one of my. I did it slowly. I didn't just like go in because if I just would have went in and done it. I got bored, but just me choosing.
Yeah.
To like, okay, today I'm gonna do it this way. Or I'm gonna do it that way. Like having to, I need
choice. Yeah. And make your own schedule. And like do your own thing. Like I know Amanda and you guys are doing different events. Like that's great. And I'm all about that. Where previous I'd be like, oh no, I need to be there. No, let them do that. Makes them way stronger. You know, I don't care. But I've had to grow my leadership. Does that make sense? That for a freedom and choice person, if you're not getting that, go do your own thing. Go come up with a new way to go meet people. Go do your own, make up your own roll bag sheet. I don't care. Like do whatever it is that you can feel. What? Go live in Hobby Lobby. Yeah, let the creative juices just flow. Hobby Lobby is, it's fun. It's dangerous. It's good. Okay, does that make sense? All right, the fourth one, safety and security. If you're not getting that need met, what could be something where you can get that need met? Go sell something. Go make some money. Yes. Absolutely. That's a great idea, Jen, is, well, Kelly's definitely go make money. That's important. But Jen, what you said about, I'm rephrasing so they can hear, what you said about going and reading other people's stories and just instilling that in you that if other people have done it, so can you. If they have done it and been successful, so can you. And if you follow the plan, been around forever, you know, for 50 something years, you just got to work it, you know. It works. Yeah. And I really think the key is, I mean, I can give you a plan, go do 3 + 3 + 3. We heard that at career conference a million times, you know, 3 skincare parties a week, 3 career chats a week, $300 of sales that'll get you where you want to go. That's why when I say the plan that's been around for 50 something years, I mean like that, or doing 30 faces a month. Like it's just a matter of doing enough activity, you know, and if you're a safety and security person, it's really important that you work. That safety and security people tend to overthink everything. And like I said, my husband thinks worst case scenario of like, oh my gosh, if I call this person, they're going to yell at me and, you know, hate Mary Kay and blah, blah, blah. I think the worst case scenario that just call. If I can encourage you, just get started and do enough activity, because then you'll build some stability, right? You'll build some stability. The fifth one, fun and pleasure. If you're not getting that need met, what could be a way you could do that? Yeah. Yes, all the big Mary Kay events. You're gonna have a pink little scooter. We're gonna get you there.
Something shuts to make sure that I can go to
and she will make it fun, dang it. Yes. Dang it, yes you will. I know it. So here's what I know. Like fun and pleasure isn't my basic need, but I also know that if I'm not having fun, I'm not attracting people. And so I've had to learn multiple times in my business and ask myself, am I having fun? You know, because sometimes we get so rigid and so like, oh, I got the booking script this certain way, and I'm gonna mess up, and what if I say something stupid, I'm gonna look stupid, and you know, and or on our flip chart or on closing, you know, we get so wrapped up of like, oh, I have to remember everything. Have some fun, mess it up a little, go have fun, butcher it, and just laugh at yourself. And I promise people will be attracted to that way more than if you did it perfectly. Right? Like you gotta have some fun. And in this business, it can be so fun that, you know, that's one thing that's super important to me in my business. Whether it's warm chattering, whether it's our meetings, whether it's at a facial, is I want it to be fun. Because here's the deal, most people in our world don't have fun anymore. Yeah, like they're just going through the motions. They got all these obligations and things they gotta do because they can't say no. But all these obligations, if they stop having fun, that we can bring some joy and fun into their life, but we gotta be having fun and let ourselves have fun so that we can attract them. Does that make sense? So if that's something, whether fun and pleasure or not, it is your basic need or not, I'd encourage you to have some fun with it. let your hair down, mess it up, butcher it completely, and just laugh at yourself and see what happens. And I promise. Yes, be unapologetic. That's a big word. Unapologetically you. I know you said it like Greg.
I think for this one and the safety security one, I think if you know what your panic button is,
Yeah.
you know how to stay away from that and have that fun and have that safety and security. And
Yes, you gotta know your panic button. That's a good thing.
because, like, for instance, this is
Yeah, know what your stressors are.
But okay, the flip chart that freaks me out, so I don't use it.
Yeah,
I just talk to people.
yeah.
So,
That's okay. No, it's not for everybody. And yeah.
see, I do that one. The bullet points.
Yeah.
That's more me, just step by step, and not the whole.
Yeah.
I get distracted
Verbiage.
on pretty color.
I know. Exactly. Well, I can't do the script either. It shuts me down because then I just get weird and I feel like I have to read. I'm gonna miss something and then I get weird. But that's why I like the bullet points. But it's so pretty. Like it's really pretty. That's why I feel bad because I want to use it. But it also I have to know myself enough to know that it shuts me down. And you just have to know yourself. None of them are right or wrong. It's just you. And that, if I can encourage you at all, just be you. Just be you. I don't want you to be me. I don't want you to be like anybody else that you see around here. I want you to be you. And just be the most powerful, confident version of you. And I promise you're going to attract way more people when you're having fun and just being you. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Got to know what your basic need is and then how you can meet it. Okay. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Okay, Roberta, I'm going to have you do this. Because I know you weren't able to do earlier. I think what was on? I think you should do something else earlier. I gave it to someone else. So you get to do this. Yeah, our empowering statement. All right, ladies, let's say it like we mean it. All right.
I am great.
I am great.
I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
I'm a woman of success.
I'm a woman of success.
I'm a superstar.
I'm a superstar.
I will let nobody push my buttons.
I will let nobody push my buttons.
I will let nobody rain on my parade.
I will let nobody rain on my parade.
I will go over.
Around.
Straight through. Any obstacles that come my way.
Any obstacle that come my way.
Because I am highly motivated.
Because I'm highly motivated.
Truly dedicated.
Truly dedicated.
And I am a true free car driver in the making.
And I am